So you want to know how to set goals and create an effective action plan for actually achieving them. Well, in this video, I'm not only going to show you how you should structure your goals based on the best methods and principles, but I'm going to show you in what areas of your life you should create goals and how you should structure your action plan for actually achieving them. And if you watch until the end, I'm going to show you the number one mistake people make when they're setting their goals. Welcome everybody, my name is Andre. I'm a CEO, entrepreneur who recently achieved one of my biggest goals, which was to quit my 9-to-5 job so I can work from home full-time, be my own boss, and now I'm gonna structure my own goals, which is gonna be bigger, bolder goals, and you're gonna see them today in this video, some of them, since this is an over-the-shoulder training. So we're gonna jump straight on the iPad right now, and I want you to take a piece of paper and a pen if you got, just start and follow along on how we should start setting goals. So how should we start structuring our goal setting? Well, a goal always starts with what you want. So think about what you want in life. And we're going to structure that into a goal. And there's also a step called affirmations, which I'm going to cover in a whole video of its own next week. So subscribe and hit the notification bell if you would like to get a notification when that comes out. So we have to start thinking about what we want. To help this process, I suggest you start to think about your area of life. Now, I like to structure this either into personal or business, but that's to me a little bit too general. So I suggest that you think of your areas of life according to the 4 pillars of life: wealth, health, love, and happiness. A person who has set goals and feel fulfilled in all the pillars of life should feel very complete as a human being. So this is like the blueprint. We are going to state out, I want, and then a broad goal. This broad goal is going to be an unrealistic goal. It should be something that's almost unattainable to you, but it's something to stretch yourself after. You're going to see now how we should structure the more realistic sub-goals. That's what we're going to have here, sub-goal. And that's going to be based on the principle S.M.A.R.T.E.R. You may or may not have heard of the S.M.A.R.T.E.R principle, but we're going to cover it soon. We're not going to forget about the action plan of this. The action plan is basically I need. So your goal is based on what you want, and your action plan is based on what you need to do in order to achieve your goals. So we're going to start to look at the S.M.A.R.T.E.R principle just quickly. So the S.M.A.R.T.E.R principle is actually a very good structure for you to follow along when you're thinking about your sub-goals. And it's based on that your goals should be specific, it should be measurable, attainable, realistic, time-bound, evaluate it, and readjust or reward it. So let's take a look at a more specific example. In one of the pillars of life, wealth. So in wealth area of my life, I recently set a goal based on what I want to achieve next: to be financially free. And if I spell that wrong, forgive me.
Okay.
So now we're going to go into the sub-goal of what it means for me to be financially free at this stage and time of my life. We're going to create a smarter goal. And that's going to be, I want to make 30,000 a month within 3 months. This is according to the S.M.A.R.T.E.R principle. It's something I find attainable and also realistic, and we have time bound it by setting it to within 3 months. So now I need to create an action plan based on this goal. I need to email 10 businesses a day. So that's one of the steps that I need to take in order to start achieving or working on making my goal. And also I could specifically say even more in the plan for me in order to achieve this sub goal. So I could add another step that, so I need to close one client every 4 days. So now I could go into my calendar, set up a reminder each morning or a to-do list with a checkbox like, have you emailed 10 businesses today? However you want to structure the plan or the execution of the plan itself, but this is how you set up. And we can do another example. So this is an example in the health area of life. And like on the other example, I can say I want to feel good. Now that could be many different things, but for me right now to feel good, I feel like I have to gain some muscle. I used to be a big musculous bodybuilder guy. Now not so much, so I want to fill out my clothes a little bit more. I want to gain 11 pounds of muscle. According to the S.M.A.R.T.E.R principle, I should set a time for this. So I want to gain 11 pounds of muscle in 6 months. And the action plan according to these sub-goals is what do I need to do in order to gain 11 pounds of muscle in 6 months? I need to weight train 4 times a week. That can be one of the steps for me. There could be another step to the plan, and that is that I need to eat more food. The more specific you can be with your needs, the easier it's gonna be for you to actually have some structure without you thinking too much. So that's how to structure one goal in this aspect of life. I want you to write down in the comments 3 of the goals that you have set, at least 1 broad and 2 sub-goals. So you should start to write down your goals, and writing down goals is actually just what do you want in life. Just get them down, don't have them in your head. You can also start to think about your daily goals, but this is more like, I shouldn't say daily goals because I like to think of it like when you start to get in the daily and weekly goals, it can be very beneficial for people not used to setting goals. And it's also a very good feeling to hit your goals. If I want to gain so and so like 11 pounds of muscle, I could sit down and structure how much weight should I gain in 1 week. Then you start to look at the weekly goals, monthly and yearly. This now creates your action plan. How do you want to register and keep yourself accountable to actually achieving the action plan? What do you need to do? Okay, I need to train 4 times a week. How are you going to keep track of that? Are you just going to note down like a check mark when you've done it in a calendar? Find out what works for you. According to the action plan, I suggest maybe a calendar, whatever calendar you want, to keep yourself accountable, but also a good to-do list. There's so many out there. So next week's video is going to be about affirmations. And if you don't know what it is, it's a way for you to program yourself to start to actually achieve the more bigger, broader goals that's maybe you think is just unattainable, and it's like you're laughing when you jot it down. But if you're not going to ask about something in life, you're not going to achieve it. Affirmation is just a way for you to start to reprogram yourself from maybe lesser version of yourself into a bigger and better person than yourself. So stay tuned for next week when we're coming with that video. And I promised the number 1 mistake that people make when they set goals, and that is to actually not spend enough time on what you want in life. Sit down, write it down, and ask yourself, what do you want in life? If you could just ask and you got it, is that what you really want? If you liked the video, press the like button, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll talk to you next week.